A 17-year-old young woman who was popular on social media was murdered in Utica, New York. Her killer posted the images of her body online, and they soon went viral.
Would you ever?
I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country, and if it got so bad.
In a world driven by the constant noise of social media, there's one place where rules don't exist, where anonymity reigns, and where chaos is a mere click away.
Better send somebody to the mom's house to give her a heads up.
I just started screaming, it's not her. It's not my daughter. It's not my daughter.
This is 4chan. 4chan! A dark corner of the internet where the unspeakable is normalized and the hidden face of power is on full display.
You ever feel someone is tapping on your chest and pulling on your throat?
You ruined my life. My household has been torn ever since you guys started doing this.
But what exactly is 4chan? How did it become the breeding ground for some of the most shocking, dangerous, and mysterious stories of our time? Stay tuned as we unravel the eerie truth behind one of the most notorious, misunderstood, and dangerous websites in the world. What you're about to learn might just change everything you thought you knew about the internet. And it all begins here.
He is charming. He is able to convince people. So he tells everybody what they want to hear.
So how do you know this?
That was close to straight.
He has a sense of humor. He can be funny.
He's right. His ability to sell. It's very much like Clinton. Both Bill and Donald have the ability to go over to a fat, ugly woman, say, "You are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." So you probably know he has scalp reduction. Because he had the same male pattern movement that we all have. But he's not a horrible human being. He has nasty things to his best friends' wives. Anyone who first tries to gain your trust and then uses it to bad things. That's how it goes.
It all began in 2003, when a young, ambitious 15-year-old named Christopher Poole, known as Moot, decided to create something that would become one of the most influential platforms on the internet.
To anime when I was 15, and I discovered this website, Futaba. And what really struck me about Futaba channel is that on Western forums, it was really hard to find lots of activity. And you could go on any Futaba board and you could just hit your refresh key and get a whole new slate of posts.
Inspired by Futaba Channel, a popular Japanese forum, he took the concept of image boards and adapted it to the Western world. Poole launched 4chan with a simple goal: a place where people could share images and communicate without the constraints of social norms or even their real identities. 4chan was born out of a love for anime and manga, a hub for geeks and outsiders who wanted a space where they could escape their daily lives.
4chan, the internet's favorite hive of chaos and basement-dwelling scum, got hacked earlier this week. At some point Monday night, someone cracked into the site and exposed its source code, a list of moderator emails, and even private DMs. Then not long after, a rival site called Soyjack Party claimed responsibility. If you've never heard of it, it's a spin-off from 4chan, but somehow even more feral. These two groups have been beefing for years in one of the most insufferable internet slap fights of all time. If you added Reddit to the mix, you've got the triple crown of terminally online culture wars. But right after the breach, someone posted on Soyjack explaining the whole.
But 4chan quickly evolved beyond its humble roots. It didn't stay just a place for anime discussions. It became a breeding ground for chaos, cruelty, and criminality. The site grew into an unpredictable storm where anything could be posted and nothing was off limits. What set 4chan apart from other forums was its anonymity. Users didn't need to register an account, leaving behind no trace of their identity. This sense of freedom, this protection of being unseen, became intoxicating. And soon this anonymity gave rise to a new culture, a culture of trolling, hacking, and chaos.
They call themselves anonymous. They are hackers on steroids, treating the web like a real-life video game, sacking websites, invading MySpace accounts, disrupting innocent people's lives. And if you fight back, watch out. Fukushima tracks down the hacker gangs in this Fox 11 in.
But as freedom became more absolute, the line between freedom and anarchy blurred. The rules were simple. There were none. Bboard, for instance, was notorious for encouraging users to post without consequences. It quickly became a digital Wild West where anything was allowed. And soon people discovered just how dark the internet could really get.
The internet, a place of boundless freedom, but at what cost?
4chan wasn't just a site where people posted memes and images. It became a place where anonymity masked the worst of humanity. People could hide their faces, hide their names, and hide their true selves. It was a haven for those with sinister intentions. From pranks to vile attacks on the weak, the site's unfiltered nature made it a tool for chaos. The culture quickly shifted from innocent fun to dangerous territory.
Attack! Threats from a gang of computer hackers calling themselves anonymous.
I've had 7 different passwords and they've got them all so far.
They attack innocent people like an internet hate machine.
We are anonymous. We are strong. We do not forgive. We do not forget.
Those who fight back face death threats. Anonymous has even threatened to bomb sports stadiums.
I believe they're domestic terrorists.
Their name comes from their secret websites. It requires anyone posting on the site to remain anonymous. MySpace users are among their favorite targets. People like David.
And the next thing I know, I had a bunch of naked guys on my profile.
By the time 2012 rolled around, 4chan had given birth to one of the most infamous groups on the internet, Anonymous. What started as a joke on B turned into a hacktivist group that would go on to change the course of online activism. But Anonymous wasn't just about hacking or exposing secrets. It became a symbol of resistance. Resistance not just against corrupt systems, but against accountability itself.
4chan's influence on the world wasn't confined to digital pranks or trolling. It began to impact real-world events. The Gamergate scandal, for example, was fueled by 4chan users who targeted women in the video game industry with threats, harassment, and intimidation.
On November 29th, 2011, a strange post was made to the online anonymous forum 4chan. The post had a picture of 18-year-old Emily Sander, who had gone missing just 6 days prior. With the picture, the post read, "If anyone can correctly guess their own post number, I will tell you where she's buried." 4chan's posts are all anonymous but are assigned random numbers, so this is what the poster is referring to. Not long after, someone was able to correctly guess their post number, and the original poster responded with a set of coordinates. These coordinates led to a road in El Dorado, Kansas, where the body of Emily Sander was found by police only a little over an hour after the 4chan post was made. Emily had been sexually assaulted, murdered, and dumped on the side of the road. Police were soon able to arrest a man named Israel Morales for the crime, as he had fled to his girlfriend's house to hide a bloody knife. Both police and Morales have never mentioned the 4chan post, but it is far too much of a coincidence.
Anonymous, the very group that had once fought for justice, now used their digital power to inflict harm rather than help.
We are anonymous. We are strong. We do not forgive. We do not forget.
4chan's influence on society wasn't just limited to internet memes or trolling. It began to touch real-life consequences. It was no longer just about posting jokes. It was about manipulating, abusing, and destroying lives. The monsters that walked among us were no longer just virtual. they were real. The site became infected with dark psychology, power without consequence. The sense of control was intoxicating. But like all great forces, 4chan's influence wasn't just limited to the people behind the screen. It started spilling over into the real world, creating waves that would cause unimaginable damage.
Okay, this is Jimmy Flutter. I just want to tell you guys that you ruined my life. My household has been torn ever since you guys started doing this. I haven't been able to do anything.
And if you come near my daughter, guess what? Consequences will never be the same. You lying bunch of...
At the heart of 4chan's chaos were the unspeakable acts carried out by its users. From harassing celebrities to leaking private data, the site had become a digital cesspool where crimes were not only condoned, but encouraged. The very anonymity that allowed people to be free also turned them into monsters.
Lukowski, the Cicero man who admitted killing 17-year-old Bianca Devins and posting photos of her body on social media back in the summer of 2019, is now going to spend at least the next 25 years in prison.
Bianca's murder has sparked change to social media account user safety after pictures of her body were posted to various online accounts after her death.
One of the most chilling examples of 4chan's dark descent came in 2017 with the Bianca Devins case.
What's going on? A dead lady laying right over there. What? A dead body or something laying right over there. I did not get closer. Laying right up in there. I got you, buddy. Just hang back. All right.
A 17-year-old social media influencer from New York was murdered by a man she had met through online interactions.
Right here. I don't know what that is. This is not pleasant. Not pleasant. Trying to calm her down, and she won't settle down for nothing. And I hit her again twice in the head. I went bam, okay, bam.
The murder wasn't just tragic, it was broadcasted on 4chan, where the killer posted graphic images of her lifeless body for all to see.
911.
Yes, I think I just found a dead body.
Okay, where at, sir?
I am on the intersection of 21st and Cherry. Well, I was doing a meter test and walked up on it. I didn't get super close.
Can you tell anything? Is it a male or female?
No, I didn't get that close.
Is it a black male? Is it a black person or a white person?
It's a black person.
How far are you from it?
Close as I want to be.
The reactions of 4chan users were even more disturbing. They didn't just share the photos, they reveled in them. They laughed, they taunted, and they celebrated.
You said that was your handbrakes, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you left it in the house when you moved?
Yeah.
But this wasn't an isolated incident. The very same website that gave birth to memes also gave rise to death threats, bullying, and abuse. Users weaponized anonymity to do unspeakable things without fear of reprisal. From cyberbullying to sex trafficking, 4chan was at the heart of it all. Real-life tragedies were being manipulated, twisted, and broadcasted for the amusement of the masses. Epstein, Trump, and countless other powerful figures were connected to these digital underworlds.
One thing Ghislaine Maxwell may be asked about is the birthday book, a book of raunchy letters from Epstein's friends she reportedly put together for his 50th birthday. According to the Wall Street Journal, President Trump wrote a letter with a doodle of a naked woman. He's calling the report a scam and is suing the newspaper.
The existence of the book.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment right.
Indirectly participating in the destruction that 4chan unleashed. With every click, the world saw the dark underbelly of the internet, a place where power, sex, and violence collided in ways that shocked the world. The legacy of 4chan is one that continues to haunt the internet. It remains a symbol of both freedom and chaos, a reminder of what can happen when anonymity is taken too far. The site continues to influence modern culture, from hacktivism to internet trolling. But the damage it has done goes deeper than we realize. What does it mean for a society to allow such unchecked power? What happens when the line between right and wrong becomes so blurred that no one could even see it anymore?
This is a whole database of what appears to be 4chan's massive information pool, right? And again, when looking closer into the actual leaked domains, right, this would be a list of the actual, 4chan moderators, right? The Jannies. Now, the thing is, I have to block some names out. I think there's one name called Grape Ape here, right? Which, Griff, wow. And of course, it all links to what appears to be their actual email addresses to the right. And again, if I look closely at each and every single one of these emails, a lot of the domain registrars are Gmail. You got like Outlook. One person is smart enough to actually use Proton Mail. One person actually does just use their 4chan like .org domain, right? So again, this is the Jannies. The biggest like scare for this are the people that have been moderating the page, if anything, because it seems like for them a lot of their information did actually end up coming out.
4chan was never just a website. It was a reflection of society's darkest impulses, amplified by the tools of modern technology. And as the world continues to grapple with the repercussions of online anonymity, one thing is certain: 4chan's story is far from over. In a world where the rich and powerful can control their narrative, where fame and fortune shield the guilty, 4chan represents a dark truth that when there are no rules, anyone can become a monster. And what makes it scarier? We might never even see them coming.
As of this moment, 4chan is still down, which, depending on who you ask, might not be the worst thing. This is the place where DDoS attacks are launched, conspiracy theories go viral, and depending on how far down the rabbit hole you go, it's been tied to things like January 6th. Hell, if this was 63, they'd probably be attached to the JFK assassination too. But one spicy detail that did come out early on, some of the leaked emails had .gov and .edu domains. Fuel for the feds are watching crowd, or the other crowd of it's the feds doing most of this shit. But turns out most of those were fake. At least that's what they claim. Still, if the history of Pirate Bay tells us anything, 4chan probably won't stay down long. The internet's Roach Motel has survived worse.
4chan is a mirror to the darker aspects of human nature. It's a place where the worst in people can be allowed to thrive, unchecked, because anonymity has given them the illusion of invincibility. But in the end, who is really to blame? The monsters themselves, or the system that gave them the power to destroy everything in their path? As the digital world continues to evolve, the lessons of 4chan, of unchecked power, anonymous cruelty, and the price of silence will continue to shape our future. The story of 4chan is more than just a story of a website gone rogue. It's a warning to us all about the dangers of unregulated freedom and the price of anonymity in a world that is watching, listening, and waiting.